Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. I know it's been a while since I checked in. You know, I've been rocking this knotless braids for almost 2 months now, so I haven't really had any content to put up. So today I'm going to take down these braids and then I'm going to show you how I detangle my hair and prep it for wash day and installing another style. I actually use a whole day to take down this style, wash my hair, deep condition it, and then install another style. But I'm not going to show you the installation of the new style in this video because it's going to make it too long. I'm going to keep that one for the next video, okay? My goal in this video is to show you some of the things that I do to minimize breakage when I'm taking down, you know, a hairstyle. These braids have been in for so long, so there's a lot of buildup at the base. Look at that. All that gunk at the base. And usually with this gunk, if you pull it too hard or if you're not gentle with it, you're going to end up pulling your hair out. So I use the detangler. That went too fast, but I wanted to show you the detangler I'm using. It's Jackie, not on my watch detangler. And what I do is I apply it to the base of the hair where you have all that buildup, and that helps me to be able to kind of, you know, comb through smoothly without causing all of that, you know, that gunk at the base to, like, you know, come out with hairs. So one thing that you need to realize is that when you're taking down your hair, when you've had a hairstyle in, especially like braids, for a long time, you're gonna end up with a lot of shed hair that's like trapped inside, because you know our hair is usually, you know, shedding on a regular basis. I don't know like the quantity that sheds, but it's, you know, a significant amount of hair gets shed on a daily basis. But when you have, you know, a hairstyle like this, you know, braids or extensions installed, then the, you know, the shed hair cannot escape. It can't fall out. It just gets trapped in there. So when you take down the hairstyle, now the shed hair wants to fall off. But then if you're not gentle with how you know, unravel, like, you know, disentangle the shed hair from the rest of your hair, what's gonna happen is that as it's coming out, it's just gonna pull some of your other hair with it, and then you're gonna have like shed hair and breakage, you know, lots of it. So you have to be very gentle, and this is the place where you know, you make sure that you're using something with sleep. The detangler is good. Some people use a conditioner. I've used conditioner when I don't have detangler on hand, and I just apply it to the gunk, and that softens it a little bit, and then I'm able to go in with my fingers or a comb, and then I comb it out. Please don't try to like pull it out very harshly. I remember, you know, before I knew anything about natural hair, when I would try to take down my braids, I would be so harsh with the way I wouldn't even try to detangle. I would just like take out the braid and then just comb it out really roughly. And then you have all this hair in your hand and you're like, wait, like you feel like you're losing all your hair and you're wondering why. Well, that's because you were too harsh, you know, with, you know, taking out that shed hair, and so you're just causing more hair to be lost than is necessary, you know. So yes, so I always make sure to apply that detangler at the base and then, you know, work my fingers through, and that helps me to get rid of it. And the gunk is actually much worse in the front. I notice the edges and the back of my hair. That's where it, like, I mostly notice a lot of hair loss when I'm taking down a hairstyle, the front and the back. I don't know if anybody has noticed that. It's why when I have like if I have braids installed for like a long time, I always try, maybe after the 3-week mark, I just, you know, just undo the ones at the back and the ones at the edges, just because I know that as time goes on, it's just gonna get really harder to save my edges when I take down the braid. Yeah. And as I detangle, I always just like to keep the hair that's, you know, falling off, the shed hair and the, you know, broken hairs, obviously. I just like to keep them, and then at the end of my process, you know, after washing, after detangling, washing, deep conditioning, I just like to take a look at, you know, how much of the hair, like, is it too much? I kind of have an idea of how much shed hair I get, how much hair that I lose during my wash day. So I want to keep track of it, because sometimes you might be losing way too much, and it might be signaling something that you need to take care of, you know. So that's why I do that. All right. Taking down these braids took me about it took me about 4 hours. I think 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, I was too optimistic. I thought it was going to be like 2-3 hours, but it took a little bit longer than I planned. So yeah, I started like at 8 a.m. and then I was only done by about 12. And then I washed it, deep conditioned it, and then ran out to the store to get some kinky hair because I wanted to install Marley, kinky twist. By the time I started actually braiding, it was like it was like 3 p.m. So that took me another maybe 4 hours to finish the jumbo twist, but it was worth it. Yeah, I had the whole day to do that, and I was happy with my results. And I watched a couple of movies during the process too, so I guess it was a little bit distracting. I watched Kevin Hart's new movie Lift, which I really loved. Like, who knew Kevin Hart could be a serious guy in a movie? I really enjoyed he pulled it off. The moment I saw him, it looked like he was going to be a serious guy. I was like, man, how's this going to be? I had my doubts, but you know what? I came away from it really impressed. If you haven't seen it, you should try to see it. It's on Netflix. It's a really good movie. And then I also watched Society of the Snow, which is it's based on a true story about I think a rugby team in Uruguay. I think that they were involved in a plane crash back in the 70s. And they were stuck in the mountains for a really long time. I think 71 days or more. And they had about 17 survivors. It's a really good story. I watched that. I think I watched it. I really did watch a lot of movies, man. I was just sitting here like watching movies and having a good time. It was great. It was great, and I didn't really feel tired, because sometimes you feel like, man, taking down this hair is gonna it's gonna be tiring. But because I had all this, I was watching movies, I was keeping myself entertained, so it wasn't so bad. I know you might feel like, this process of detangling before you wash it, it's time consuming, but, you save a lot of time at the end so that you don't have to, detangle so much when, after you wash or when you apply deep conditioner, because you've already done most of the work at this stage. And when you get in the shower, you're not going to see a lot of hairs on the floor. I remember when I didn't know that you had to detangle your hair before washing, I would wash my hair and I'll see so much hair on the floor, and it used to really bother me, like, why am I losing so much hair, And then I realized that it was because I wasn't detangling, and so all those shed hairs and broken hairs were always just they made me really feel bad. And now I can actually wash my hair and not see a lot of hair on the floor. Like, I can literally count the strands that will fall off, because there's nothing else to fall off unless you're having an issue and then you have breakage, otherwise. So that's how much hair I lost, guys. Not too bad for a 2-month-old, braid hairstyle. Not too bad. And so now I just want to section the hair into 4, because I always wash my hair in sections. I didn't want to have all those small sections, so just 4 will be enough, so 2 on each side. And then when I go in the shower, I just wash in those 4 sections, and it makes it so much easier for me. So now I'm gonna go in the shower and wash my hair, and I'll be right back. So 30 minutes later, I'm back, and look at my hair all shrunken. So I'm gonna use this deep conditioner. It's a cocoa butter length retention formula, and I'm gonna apply it to my hair. I always deep condition my hair. I've been doing that for the past, I don't know how many years. I never wash my hair without applying some kind of treatment, whether strengthening or moisturizing or whatever. There will always be some kind of treatment after my wash, and I do the same for my kids. because I believe that it's really helpful. It's just my belief, my very strong belief. And I can see the results, because I think over time my hair has just become a little bit more malleable, as I would say. You know how when you're a type 4 girl, you always feel like your hair is hard to manage? I kind of felt like that at the beginning of my hair journey. I know part of it was also due to, you know, the stereotype about type 4 hair being, you know, stubborn. But over time, I guess maybe also because I got used to handling the hair, so it got easier. And I just feel like the deep conditioner over time has kind of softened my hair. I don't know how I can explain it. Like, when you look at it, it looks like it might be, you know, strong, but it actually feels very soft. You know, I don't know if it makes any sense. It feels very soft to handle it. It's not stubborn. Anyway, I think deep conditioner is something you shouldn't skip on. You should always apply it to your hair, even if it's just for 15-20 minutes. It's worth it. And over time, you're going to see the results. So when I'm applying it, I just try to really focus on the ends. I usually don't use any brush when I'm applying deep conditioner, but I mean, I've had this brush for a while. It was a gift, and I decided to try it. Usually I would just use my fingers and just walk the product using my fingers. But today I decided to try this brush, and it wasn't so bad. It's just that it takes a lot more time, you know. But you know, you can use a tool or you can use your fingers. Either way, it's fine. So you're squeezing in the product into your strands, squeezing it in, and you know, like kind of massaging them through your strands, and then parting your hair. It's sort of a detangling kind of thing, but you know, you're not so much detangling anymore because you already detangled before you wash. So if you washed your hair right, you shouldn't be having any tangles right at this moment. You should just be, you know, working your fingers through the strands, getting the product on all the strands as much as you can. I try to avoid my scalp. I don't want the product to be on my scalp, only on my hair. So that's why you won't see me applying it so much at the base there, especially because I can't see. I'm focusing on the ends, and that's, you know, that's what I'm doing. So after applying my deep conditioner, I put on a plastic cap and I wore my heat conditioning cap, which I had put in the microwave for like a minute or so. And when I put it on, it then generated some heat that helped my deep conditioner to hopefully penetrate, you know, better. You definitely want to do that each time you use a deep conditioning treatment, especially if you have type 4 hair. Make sure that you're using some kind of heat so that your product will penetrate more. And then I was able to go to the store to get my extensions, because like I told you, I installed some kinky twists. So do come back next week, please, so you can see my installation of jumbo kinky twists. And I hope you loved this video and learned a few things. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.